It's never easy, okay? Leaving a domestic partner is one of the hardest things that anyone's ever going to do.
Now at 9, stopping domestic violence. The class is creating awareness just ahead.
And fall break for Ball State is just around the corner. What you need to know before you hit the road.
It was another warm October day across east central Indiana. I'll let you know how long this warm weather will last in my full weather.
From the heart of Ball State University, live from the Unified Media Newsroom, NewsLink Indiana starts right now.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here with us tonight. I'm Tyler Brummett.
And I'm Zoe DeWiggins. We're learning more tonight after a Ball State residence hall director is facing 5 counts of child pornography charges.
Yeah, that's right. 24-year-old Braden Robinson was arrested Monday. A tip from the Ball State Technology Department led to a search warrant being issued into Robinson's activities. Robinson allegedly admitted to officers that he accessed pornography on several occasions. Robinson told police he accessed content with children between the ages of 8 and 13 years old. Robinson also admitted to viewing the content at least 4 times a week in 25 to 30-minute sessions. Tonight, students are reacting to this news.
I was honestly kind of shocked. It wasn't like I didn't expect it. I didn't really know him that well, so it was kind of like, oh, like I know he was, did that. But yeah, I was really like shocked and kind of like didn't believe it a little bit, but once I like heard like the actual news.
And tonight, Robinson is currently suspended from his position as hall director of Studebaker East Residence Hall pending the outcome of the investigation.
And now to a story we brought you last night. We told you about the man who sent a homemade bomb to his ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, that's right. Because October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, a local organization is working to stop it. NewsLink Indiana's Tanner Holbrook is live in the newsroom with the details tonight. Tanner, good evening.
Zoe and Tyler, good evening. Margie Harvey received that bomb from her ex 2 years ago. She describes the scene out of something out of a movie. She says justice has now been served, that he's behind bars for the next century.
I was pregnant with this little guy right here when the bomb happened.
Margie Harvey is a stay-at-home mom here in Muncie, but the last 2 years were far from ideal.
But yeah, that's my family wall that I'm trying to work on.
She is a victim of domestic violence.
Well, we had met in July of 16 on Plenty of Fish and got together, everything was good.
And then it wasn't.
Not even a month later, we moved into a house together, and that's when controlling started.
She's talking about this man, 40-year-old Lionel Mackey Jr. He sent her a homemade bomb several months into their relationship. He was sentenced to 101 years in prison.
It didn't go off, so I didn't call the police right away because I was like, it didn't go off.
Harvey was helped extensively by the Muncie Police Victim Advocate Service Director, Shelby Looper. The service is hosting domestic violence classes to help raise awareness of the issue starting next week.
People are aware that domestic violence is a thing. I think now it's becoming more and more common for people to discuss it. However, they don't know how serious of an issue it is.
All right.
For now, Harvey will continue to cope with what happened to her by sharing her story at the classes.
My doctor even said I'll never get over it. I'll learn to cope with it, but it's something that's going to be with me the rest of my life because a man tried to kill me.
And the class will be at the YWCA, and they will include information on domestic violence, PTSD, and even give self-defense tips. And guys, you were just able to see the relief on Harvey's face as she was telling us this story because she had to bottle up those emotions for just so long. For now, live in the newsroom, Tanner Holbrook, NewsLink, Indiana.
All right, thank you, Tanner. For more information, you can visit the Victim Advocate Services Facebook page. Just search MPD Victim Advocate.
Also new on NewsLink tonight, while students prepare for fall break, Ball State Police are reminding you to take precautions to lock up your home before you go.
Ball State Police Captain Rhonda Clark says they received more reports of break-ins when students return back. Clark says students should always keep their doors locked and windows shut. Also, registering personal items can be helpful in case they get stolen.
To keep track of all of their items, whether it be TVs, laptops, cell phones, bicycles. They can register their bike online, and they need to take pictures and have the serial numbers available for all of their electronic equipment.
Ball State Police are now offering a burglary prevention tip sheet to all students. The tip sheets are available at the station for students to place in their homes. Now, speaking of fall break, it is October now. Fall break is coming up this weekend, but it's a little warm.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't feel like fall. Temperatures have been in the 80s. Hopefully that will change soon, Steve, Indiana.
Yes, good evening, Tyler and Zoe. It did not feel like fall today. It was another warm and above average day. It's actually relatively cooled off due to the passage of a cold front across east central Indiana. Currently 66 in Kokomo, 65 in Fort Wayne, 70 in the state capital of Indianapolis. It's currently 72 on Ball State's campus, still quite muggy with a 66-degree dew point. Radar right now showing those showers and isolated thunderstorms that was pushing through central and east central Indiana earlier today, but I want to take it out to the far northwest. These showers in northern Wyoming and Montana is the next system that will be building and pushing south and east towards us. In my full forecast, I'll let you know these rain chances and the continuation of these warm temperatures. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Stephen. If you haven't registered to vote yet, you have 1 week to do so. The deadline to register is October 9th. To be eligible to vote, you must be a U.S. citizen and at least 18 years old by Election Day. Indiana residents can register to vote online by texting Indiana to 28683 or at indianavoters.com. You can also submit an application to register in person at your local county clerk's office.
Also, Indiana Schools Superintendent Jennifer McCormick will not seek another term with the Department of Education. This week, McCormick says that she has ruled out another run in 2020. Even though she is in her first term, she has been at odds with GOP State House leaders when it comes to education policy. That includes her support for increased scrutiny of charter schools and voucher schools that receive state money. Now, you may remember, McCormick beat out her Democratic predecessor, Glenda Ritz, back in 2016. McCormick could have served only one more term after Governor Holcomb signed a law last year, making her position appointed beginning in 2025.
Judge Brett Kavanaugh's quest for the Supreme Court remains in limbo. John Lawrence shows us how more comments, positive and negative, emerge as the FBI looks into his past.
More plot twists in the Brett Kavanaugh soap opera. Among the latest, Kavanaugh was accused of starting a bar fight in 1985 while he was a Yale student. New Haven police say tensions flared after Kavanaugh allegedly threw ice at someone.
When he was asked by the officers whether or not he did it, he would not state yes or no.
The police report doesn't indicate whether anyone was arrested. Even some critics of Kavanaugh say his drinking in the past shouldn't disqualify him from the Supreme Court, but they say his words might.
He has painted himself as a choir boy who never engaged in any of this behavior, and all of the evidence seems to go the other way.
President Trump says Kavanaugh is being attacked unfairly by the Democrats.
They've been trying to destroy him since the very first second he was announced because they know that Judge Kavanaugh will follow the Constitution as written. That's been his history.
Judge Kavanaugh's nomination is out of committee. We're considering it here on the floor, and Mr. President, we'll be voting this week.
One person who will play a major factor in that vote? Republican Senator Jeff Flake, who triggered the latest investigation into Kavanaugh.
Decency shouldn't be that hard, but it apparently is. The politics of vengeance, that's easy. Dehumanization requires very little talent.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Kavanaugh has not commented on these latest allegations. However, White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders tweeted Monday night, blasting a New York Times report on the 1985 bar fight, calling it a ridiculous story. And it looks like Kavanaugh will not teach at Harvard Law School next year. The school informed students Monday. Kavanaugh's class will not be offered in January 2019. The Supreme Court nominee was scheduled to teach in the winter term, but students were told Kavanaugh, quote, indicated that he can no longer commit to teaching his course. Now the Senate is expected to vote this week on whether or not to confirm Kavanaugh to the Supreme Court.
Amazon workers could see a bigger paycheck in the coming months. Just ahead, just how much workers could see after the hourly hike.
And a busy day for Pentagon officials after a deadly toxin was found in the mail. Up next, a look at the investigation. Stay with us.
No more, he didn't mean it.
No more, she seems fine to me.
No more, not my problem.
No more, she was drunk.
No more, he was drunk.
No more, she was asking for it.
No more, he didn't mean it.
No more, why didn't she tell anyone?
No more, we don't talk about that.
No more bystanding.
No more ignorance.
No more excuses.
No more.
So, I just moved in with his family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that! That's disgusting! Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
After retiring from the NFL, I've been able to spend a lot more time coaching my daughter's basketball teams. It's something I love to do. Through our games and our tournaments, we see all types of coaching, good and bad. And it begs the question, do we really know who's coaching our kids? Do they have the proper training and screening it would take for me to be comfortable with my daughters playing for that coach? Our Youth Basketball Association made the decision to use trusted coaches to screen and train all of our coaches. I'm a trusted coach. Are you?
And welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. Well, mail delivered to the Pentagon on Monday is currently in quarantine.
This is after a U.S. defense official says 2 pieces of mail initially tested positive for ricin. The highly toxic compound has been used in previous terror plots. The pieces of mail never entered the Pentagon building. It was delivered to the Pentagon's mail facility, which is in a separate building. The FBI is expected to do further testing on the mail.
Tomorrow afternoon, expect a message from President Trump. The government will test Trump's emergency text alert system. It's all a part of FEMA's system to warn citizens in cases of national emergencies. Now, the test was originally supposed to take place on September 20th, but it was delayed due to the government's response to Hurricane Florence. Expect a message shortly after 2 o'clock Wednesday. This will be the first national test of the alert system, which was launched back in 2012.
Volkswagen has severed ties with the Audi CEO. The Volkswagen Group says Rupert Stadler has stepped down as chairman of the management board. He has also left his seat on Volkswagen's management board. This comes after Volkswagen admitted that it rigged millions of diesel engines to cheat on emissions tests. The scandal has already cost the carmaker more than $30 billion in recalls, penalties, and settlements. Stadler is the highest-ranking Volkswagen executive to be arrested in connection to the investigation. Online retail giant Amazon is raising its minimum wage to $15 an hour for all U.S. workers. The change applies to full-time, part-time, and temporary workers. That new rate is compared to the federal minimum wage of $7.25 per hour. Amazon says the $15 minimum wage will benefit more than 250,000 employees and 100,000 seasonal workers.
We think it's the right thing to do. We're also going to, and I'm going to help advocate here in Washington, that Congress look at raising the federal minimum wage. It's $7.25 an hour. $15 is more than twice that. $7.25 is much too low.
CEO Jeff Bezos says he's excited about the change. The hourly hike becomes effective November 1st.
Well, even though the holiday shopping season may seem far away, stores have announced that they will not be open for Thanksgiving Day. On November 22nd, brick and mortar stores like Costco, IKEA, Sam's Club, Home Depot, and Lowe's, among others, will not open its doors. Experts say this list of closures will likely grow in the coming years. The National Retail Federation says that more than 170 million people shopped in stores and online during last year's Thanksgiving weekend.
If you love Chipotle, then you'll love this. The company just debuted a program that offers customers perks with every purchase.
Yeah, check this out. It's called Chipotle Rewards. It's a point-based system that gives customers points for every dollar they spend. Each dollar is worth 10 points. After 1,200 points, you'll get 1 free entree. The first 3 cities to try it are Phoenix, Kansas City, and Columbus. Customers can sign up through the Chipotle app or on their website. All right, and Steve, Deanna, what do we have coming up tonight in our weather?
As we head into the overnight tonight, we look to dip into the upper 60s. I'll have your full forecast right after the break.
For those who serve today and those who served before them, for those whose sacrifice will never end, the Gary Sinise Foundation shows its gratitude through entertainment, outreach, and life-changing support. We can never give enough, but we can always give a little more. Find out how you can donate at GarySineseFoundation.org.
Sometimes there's no do-over. Some things you can't rewind. That's when an extra safety step could mean the difference between a close call and a call to 911. Simple steps save lives. Learn more at poolsafely.gov.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
The goodwill may be the most incredible of all. Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Welcome back. Now, guys, it's a little warm for my liking right now. It is October, but it's feeling like it's still August.
Yeah, it feels like it's August. I am ready for fall-like weather. I'm ready for sweater weather. Is it on the way, Steven?
Well, unfortunately, it's still far out of reach, guys. And I know everyone is wanting fall weather. I do too. I've been looking forward to the 60s for a very long time. Today was another warm and above average day in October. Across the state right now, it has relatively cooled off quite a bit. 66 in Kokomo, 65 in Fort Wayne, 70 in the state capital of Indianapolis. Those temperatures to the north have really cooled down due to the passage of a cold front earlier today. On Ball State's campus, we're at 72 degrees, calm winds, mostly cloudy skies. Dew point still a little high up there, 66 degrees, so it is a bit muggy still out the door right now. Active radar showing those scattered showers and storms that were pushing through central Indiana, even getting into Muncie and Anderson earlier today. We won't expect any rain tonight, but I want to draw your attention to the north and west and around Montana and Wyoming. This is our next system that will churn and build to the south and east, giving us our next chance of rain for early Thursday morning. More on that in just a few moments. For tonight, we'll drop to a low of 64 degrees and mostly cloudy skies. We may have the chance for some light patchy fog in the morning hours, so if you do see fog, take it slow on the roads to avoid any kind of accidents. Quickly breaking down tomorrow, 69 at 9 o'clock, 78 for your lunch hour, so you're looking good there for lunch plans, 85 by 5 p.m. It'll be another warm day, so that fall-like weather is really not anywhere close to us at the moment. Now, I want to take you to Precision Cast because our next best chance of rain is on Thursday morning. It's at 5 a.m. We can see the slant of showers and storms entering northwestern Indiana. By around 9 o'clock, it'll make its way through the viewing area and across central Indiana. Some of this line could contain isolated thunderstorms and some heavy rainfall, so your morning commute could be a little bit dicey, so get the rain gear ready for Thursday morning. But by the afternoon hours, that line of storms will pass on, and we'll be leaving with cloudy skies across the state for your Thursday. Speaking of rain chances for the next 5 days, Thursday is our next best chance of rain for 60% chance of rain. Isolated storm possible on Friday, 40% chance of rain on Saturday, 30% on Sunday. These rain chances will knock down our temperatures just a little bit, but not too much. 74 for Thursday, 76 Friday, but our temperatures will ramp back up by the weekend, going back into the low 80s. And in your 7-day forecast, once again, rain chances throughout the second half of the work week, basically low 80s for the weekend. So a bit warm as we start fall break for Ball State students. Next Monday, we'll start off dry with a high of 83, but more storm chances come back in next Tuesday with a high of 82. So Tyler and Zoe, I'm sorry, but no fall weather really in the next several days. I wish I had better news, guys. I'm really tired of this warm weather. I'm going to be honest. I'm ready for like November weather, to be honest. I know you guys are too.
Yeah, I'm just wanting some cooler temperatures. Hopefully we can get those sometime in the near future. So, Stephen, thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Stephen. Now, while I may want the cooler temperatures, maybe these warmer temperatures are better for some outdoor Ball State sports.
Well, yeah, Ball State softball actually got a chance to play in between those rain showers today, and the men's golf team wrapped up in Ohio. I'll have those stories and more after the break.
Isn't this perfect?
It was my pleasure. May I?
Adam, I can't thank you enough for saving me from that sweepstakes scam. I could have lost everything.
It was a classic cat and mouse game. Remember, you never have to pay to play.
You're my hero. After all these years. What's the matter, Adam? Cat got your tongue?
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but I'm jumping all back to my old self, and I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore, and frustration a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy, and giving up thought and unconventional methods common. I'm a teacher. I make more.
I'm Josh Shelton with sports. The Ball State softball team hosted Lakeland College today for a fall ball doubleheader. The Cardinals and Lakers got a chance to get some in-game experience before the start of the season this spring. Fall ball is a series of the Cardinals showed off what looks to be a strong defense for this upcoming season. And coming off their game against Huntington, Ball State looked to face a Laker team that had been hitting well. After today's games, the Cardinals will have a few days to rest as they play Purdue-Fort Wayne on Friday at Merchants Ballpark Complex. That game is scheduled for 4 p.m. And over in Ohio, the Ball State men's golf team wrapped up their two-day tournament. The Cardinals had a solid performance in the Firestone Invitational final round as they jumped 2 spots from round 2. They finished tied for 8th place with Temple University. The final round surge was due in part to sophomore C.J. Jones' team tournament best 3 under par 69. Keegan Brandenburg led the team throughout the week, finishing tied for 7th out of 90 players. Head coach Mike Fleck said it was encouraging to see more consistent play out of his team, but there are still some areas that they need to clean up before next tournament.
It's a constant learning experience. These guys, have to continue to understand the concept of embracing every shot, understanding that they're so important. 1 shot difference today and we're finishing 8th solo, versus tying with 2 teams and 1 shot the other way and we finished 10th. So, it's important to understand that. I think the thing that we need to work on is obviously we played a few MAC schools this week and, they all beat us this week, but to their credit, they played better than us. So, we just got to keep working hard, paying attention to that short game and just getting better.
The men's golf team will get a week off before heading down to Westfield, Indiana for their second to last tournament of the fall. And a Ball State women's volleyball player is being recognized for her outstanding play over the weekend. Junior Amber Seaman was awarded the MAC West Setter of the Week. Her play helped lead the Cardinals to a pair of sweeps against Eastern and Central Michigan. During the 2 matches, Seaman averaged 12 assists per set while also recording a double-double in each match. In addition to her selfless play, the junior setter tallied 3 aces and 3 blocks. Seaman's 10 digs also helped propel the Cardinals into a 3-way tie for first place in the MAC West with Northern Illinois and Eastern Michigan. Seaman and her teammates are preparing to take on the University of Toledo this Thursday night at 7. And guys, it's been exciting to watch the women's volleyball team this year. They're now 3-1 in the MAC, and they're looking to just keep going.
Absolutely. It's great to see some Ball State sports succeeding, especially with that MAC West Setter of the Week award.
Oh yeah, she's been playing well all season, and so has the whole women's volleyball team. It's been exciting to watch them all year, and I can't wait for that game on Thursday.
I love to hear it. Thank you so much, Josh.
All right, coming up, a famous rapper is in the spotlight tonight, and it's not for music. Why one singer is facing charges just ahead in trending. Stay with us.
Hey, did you know 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Let's go to theshelterpetproject.org and meet if you are in a shelter near you. Harlow, oh, she's one great listener who loves to hear all your stories. My kind of cat. Cerulo is a sweet, goofy boy who's eager to please. Sounds just like another dog I know. So go to theshelterpetproject.org, search your local shelters and rescues, and go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
Problems. The ones nobody talks about at cocktail parties. We go looking for them. No matter the obstacles, no matter the odds, we surround a community's most critical problems, and we fight. United Way fights for the health, education, and financial stability of every person in every community. Will you?
It doesn't take a scientist to cure hunger or a fancy economist to create safe housing. It takes imagination, creativity, sweat equity. And I think of kids going to school hungry. Hunger, homelessness. In this land of plenty, seriously? Come on, we could fix this. Help out, or don't. The choice is yours.
Here's your sandwich, miss.
Oh, thank you.
And your burger.
Awesome, thank you.
And your bowl of boiling water, sir.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. Zoe, it is now time for my favorite segment of the night. It's time to take a look at what is trending.
Absolutely. Joining us now is NewsLink Indiana's Katie McDonald. Hi, Katie.
Hi, how are you today?
We're great. How are you?
I'm great. I'm excited for these stories.
So are we. Let's
Can't
get to
wait.
it.
Great. A famous rapper is in the spotlight, but it has nothing to do with her music. Fans cheered on Cardi B moments after she was released by police in New York on Monday. She turned herself in for questioning, accused of being involved in a fight at a strip club. Police say the rapper and her entourage got into an argument with club employees. Two bartenders were hit, but luckily their injuries were minor. Right now, it's unclear exactly what role the rapper played in the fight, but she is facing charges of reckless endangerment and assault. Dunkin' Donuts has fired employees after a video emerged on social media showing one worker pouring water over a homeless man inside a New York branch of the fast food chain. The footage of the incident, posted on Facebook Sunday night, has been viewed more than 2.6 million times. Let's take a look.
This shocking video surfacing on social media Sunday. It's taken inside the Dunkin' Donuts on North Salina Street in Syracuse. The employees seen dumping water onto a homeless man, Jeremy Young. Young's family is extremely disturbed.
A fundraiser has been set up for the homeless man on GoFundMe to raise $150 and has now raised nearly $6,000.
Shame on them.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that they're raising money. That's just terrible to see. I mean, you should never treat someone poorly like that, no matter what their circumstances are or your circumstances are.
Yeah, exactly. It was just unfortunate that even happened, that he was just minding his own business and doing his own thing.
Yeah. And I'm happy that somebody was nice enough to set up a GoFundMe account for this gentleman.
For sure, for sure. And then back to Cardi B. You know, it's a little bit of a shame to see that whole situation going on. I mean, you know, she came from that Vine where everybody made fun of her, and then she you know, brought her career back. But it is a shame to see that. But thank you so much, Katie. Now, Stephen, can we get a final look at weather?
Yes, once again, patchy fog is possible tomorrow morning, but that'll lead way to another warm October day tomorrow. Rain chances return on Thursday as a cold front will make its way through central Indiana early Thursday morning. Temperatures rise back up into the lower 80s by the weekend. Rain chances continuing through Sunday. Next Monday, dry, high of 83, but storm chances return next Tuesday with a high of 82, so fall-like weather is far out of reach for us at this time, unfortunately. I wish I had better news with that.
All right, well, thank you so much, Stephen. That's all tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Thanks for being with us. Be sure to join us tomorrow at noon on Facebook Live for the very latest.
And for news anytime, anywhere, go to ballstatedaily.com. Have a great night, everyone.